Good evening, Garden City. I'd like to call to order regular city council meeting for Monday, June 9th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Our first order of business is our opening ceremony, which consists of the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for those service members who have given their lives for our country. If everyone please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Smith, if you take roll.
Mayor Jacobs?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dold?
Here.
Councilmember Hughes?
Here.
Councilmember Witt?
Here.
Councilmember King?
Here.
Councilmember Dold?
Here.
Councilmember Karafotis?
Here.
You have a quorum of 7.
Thank you. Item 4 is the approval of the agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Monday, June 9th council meeting agenda as presented.
Support.
Or from Councilmember Hughes. Discussion from table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. I do want to apologize to Garden City High School student Julie Galdes, who was supposed to help me with the Pledge of Allegiance, but I went brain dead for a second there, so I apologize, Julie. Item 5 is recognition. Be right back. So at this time, I'd like to call up a longtime library member, Mr. William Paul Werhane. I'd also like to call up the library director, Mr. James Lenz. And we have a couple plaques to read to Mr. Werhane here. Whereas, hold this up. Whereas the Garden City Public Library opened as a branch of the Wayne County Library System in 1923. And whereas the library was reestablished as a municipal library with a 5-member appointed governing board in 1982. And Mr. William Paul Werhane was first appointed to serve on the Garden City Library Board in 1985. And Mr. Werhane served on that library board through 2011. And whereas the library was reestablished by popular election as a municipal library with a 6-member elected governing board in November of 2011. And whereas Mr. Werhane was appointed to the Provincial Library Board in 2011 and was subsequently elected to serve on the board in 2013, 2015, and 2019. Mr. Werhane has served many terms as president, vice president of the library board. Mr. Werhane's dedication and steady leadership has been integral to the success of the library. Therefore, the mayor and council of the city of Garden City congratulate Mr. William Paul Werhane on 40 years of service as a member of the library board and extend their appreciation for his dedication and time spent serving the Garden City Library in the city of Garden City this 9th day of June 2025. Congratulations, sir. I believe Mr. Lenz has one also for him.
City of Garden City, Michigan, 40-plus years of service, recognizing William Werhane for your years of service starting in 1985. Thank you for your hard work and dedication to the residents of Garden City for more than 4 decades. Your professionalism, length of service, and leadership on the Garden City Library Board has made you a very recognizable figure in the history of the city of Garden City. June 9, 2025.
Hold on. Mr. Werhane, would you like to say anything first before we take some pictures?
Of course, I'd like to thank the council and the mayor for recognizing me for the time at the library. I'd like to thank the board that supported me all these years. And James, he's been a key point to keep the library under control and keeping it running up to par. During all these years, we maintained the library at the optimum level of service, and I tried to keep it going that way, and so that's what that is. Thank you all for participating in this event. Thank you.
Take a picture. At this time, we're going to take a short recess. Okay, we're back in session. Item 6, I see nobody from state or county for comments. We have no presentations, no community events. I do have one communication for tonight. As some of you have seen on Middle Belt Road, between Ford and Warren, a lot of orange barrels. Starting next Monday, June 16th, they will be tearing up Middle Belt from Ford Road to Warren. What they are saying is it should be done by start of school. We'll see how that goes, barring unforeseen. They're doing completely from Ford to Warren, all 5 lanes. So that is the county, that's not the city. So don't yell at us. Okay, we have no public hearings. Item 11 is the consent agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A 1 through 7, including 7A as presented.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Karafotis. Discussion from table. From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. To the action items. Item 1 is the 80/20 healthcare opt-out resolution. Mr. Smith.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. In front of you is one of our annual housekeeping measures, and it is a resolution regarding the 80/20 healthcare opt-out for health insurance for our employees. At the time that Public Act 152 went into effect, our collective bargaining units negotiated that instead of putting an 80/20 cap or a hard cap or an 80/20 split on healthcare, there would be no limit to the healthcare, but in turn, the employees now put 12% into the pension funding. This is required every year, so we always do it in June of every year. And it's a resolution, and if we choose the exemption option, it requires 2/3 majority vote, so we would need 5 affirmative votes.
And then we wouldn't have to do it every year, correct?
This one we do have to
This
do
one,
every year.
okay,
Yep,
this
so-
one's it's the other one. Okay, motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to move to adopt the following resolution and opt-out exemption as required by the Publicly Funded Health Insurance Contribution Act, Public Act 152 of 2011.
Support. Support from Mayor Pro Tem Dold. Comments from table.
Mayor,
Councilmember Karafotis.
we've opted out of this every time.
Yes.
Right.
Further comments from table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 2 is our Smart Municipal and Community Credit Agreement. Mr. Smith.
Yes. Good evening again. This interlocal agreement that's in front of you here is from SMART. Every year, we get community credits and municipal credits that we then sign off to give to Nankin to handle local transportation for seniors and people with accessibility issues. It has to be done yearly, but normally what happens is we wait for the county to get it to us, and then Nankin get it to us, and then we get it to Nankin, and then Nankin gets it to the county. So Nankin and SMART kind of got together, and SMART put together this interlocal agreement that all the communities can do individually. But what it will do is we'll be in perpetuity going forward. Instead of having to do it annually, basically it just designates that Nankin is our local provider, and where we would designate each year the credits go to Nankin, it would just automatically, each year, where those funds would be distributed. It does give an opt-out in there where the city at any time, as long as we give 90 days notice, can terminate that interlocal agreement. So we do have leverage still if things change in the future. But this way, it's one less housekeeping every year have to do, just where we have a lot fewer moving pieces than we currently have. So.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Councilmember Dole.
I'd like to move to approve the attached interlocal agreement between Garden City and Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation, otherwise known as SMART, regarding the disbursement of municipal credit and community credit funds.
Support. Support from Councilmember King. Discussion from table. From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. I'm going to call up Fire Chief Randy Keene to discuss the Western Wayne County Fire Department Mutual Aid Association.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. What you see before you tonight, the first item is the Western Wayne Mutual Aid Association. I know we talk many times about our responses to mutual aids or auto aids. This is where this stems from. So this is an agreement that the communities, there's 20 communities in it, allows us for, if we have an excess amount of runs, we get mutual aid from other communities to come in and help us out if needed, and that's reciprocated back that we help them as well. But also allows us for other avenues for our USAR team that we have, Urban Search and Rescue. They do all kinds of things from area searches to vehicle extrications to like high-angle rescues, like the towers or whatever. If somebody's on there, they can go up there and assist with that. We also have the hazmat team as part of that. And then importantly, too, is we also have the opportunity to get involved in a lot of grants. So as you can see on here on the letter I sent to you guys, it talks about most recently our AirPack grant. So that was, we were able to secure about $160,000 worth of air packs for a 10% match as the consortium that we talk about in meetings and stuff that we have monthly with the association. What you'll see in front of you today, the reason I'm here and I'm normally not, is there has been an increase in dues this year that has put it over that threshold. So that's the reason that normally I haven't been here for this amount of money. There was an increase from $3,000 to $3,500 for the annual dues. The last increase for that was in 2019. It took effect in 2020. It went from $2,000 to $3,000. Now it's going from $3,000 to $3,500. And then you also see that there's an increase in the per capita dues, 16 cents per capita, and the increase is 25 cents per capita now. And that increase went from 11 cents to 16 cents in the same year. So.
Thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember King.
I move to approve a payment of annual dues to Western Wayne County Fire Department Mutual Aid Association in the amount of $10,345.
Support.
A lot of support. Councilmember Karafotis. Further discussion from table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you.
Item 4, while you're here, repair of fire department vehicle engine 10.
All right, so unfortunately, this has to come to you. We have it's a 2013 engine. It's not our frontline engine, but it's an engine that we maintain, we use as a backup. We had a catastrophic break in the system. Needs a few items there to total a significant amount of money. The unfortunate part is I know I've been questioned a little bit here, is the replacement cost for this. Well, I understand that $19,000 is a lot of money. As we've discussed with a few of you, the replacement engines at this level it's about $1.1 million. So in the grand scheme of things, I guess $19,000 isn't a lot compared to that, while it still is a lot of money. But what this is it's through the Cummins dealership that we are suggested to use through the manufacturer of the fire truck, Sutphen. These are the repairs they suggested to get it back to where it needs to be able to use it.
Okay, thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor.
Councilmember Dole.
I motion to approve the cost for repair of Fire Department Vehicle Engine 10 in the amount of $19,314.99, with a contingency of $1,000 for additional cost for parts that cannot be reused once the repair is started.
Support. Support from Mayor Pro Tem Dole. Further comments from the table?
Mayor.
Councilmember Witt.
I just wanted to ask, with a lot of the vehicles that we get between police cars and all of that have state like pricing, does the repairs with, or is it not?
Unfortunately, no. Well, some of them do, some of the consumable items, tires, brakes, things of that nature. On
Not
these,
major.
they're not, so.
Okay. Thank you.
Mayor,
Councilmember Dole.
just out of curiosity more than anything else, what's the expected life of one of these engines?
So the rotation, suggestion is every 10 years to replace them, but that's when they're left in front line. This vehicle is in reserve, so typically we've gone around 20 years or better. So by maintaining these vehicles the way that we do, it's allows us to keep these for an extended period of time. So the aim is to get it around 20 years, I guess, is what I would like to see on these. So considering the cost and the use of the secondary truck, we get 10 years out of the primary, and then it moves the second line for another 10 years, so we can keep the vehicles for approximately 20 years, so.
Thank you.
Mayor,
Councilmember King.
apologize if you've already said it, but what year is this?
So this is a
Engine?
2013.
2013. I think you did say that. Okay, thanks.
Further comments from the table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 5 is facade improvement special assessment contract cancellation. I'll call our Community Development Director, Mr. Matt Miller.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Tonight is kind of a housekeeping item, but I did want to get the motions for actually 2 items that are before you regarding a facade improvement loan and a parking lot improvement loan at 6332 Middle Belt. This was through the DDA, a special assessment district was established so that work could occur. The DDA would loan the money to the applicant, and then in turn they would pay it back via a special assessment on their taxes. This was agreement was entered into in 2021, and the project never moved forward. There was also a delayed start, a 3-year delayed start, and still nothing has happened. And in order to kind of close the books and end the agreement, it is necessary to get a motion to cancel both of these facade, the facade and the parking improvement special assessment district, so that number one, of course, we've not expended any funds, but also that we're not trying to get money back, that money we really never gave out either on the property owner's taxes. So,
Thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember King.
I move to approve the cancellation of the special assessment contract for facade improvements with ABMK Property 6332 LLC.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Witt. Discussion from the table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 6 is basically the same property, same thing, only it's the parking lot improvement that they never used or probably intend to use. Motion is in order.
Mayor, oh, go ahead.
Councilmember Hughes.
I motion to remove the contract. Oh, that's the wrong one, sorry. Thank you. I move to approve the cancellation of special assessment contract for parking improvements with ABMK Property 6332 LLC.
Support.
Or from Councilmember King, right? Or, I'm sorry, Dole. Okay, comments from the table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
all right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Okay, item 7 is to remove from the table a contractor agreement. The reason it's coming up for motion is we tabled it a meeting or two ago, so it has to be, a motion has to be brought forward to remove it from the table so we can discuss it. Motion is in order.
Mayor, so moved. Witt.
Councilmember Witt. Support. Support from Mayor Pro Tem Dole. Discussion from the table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Okay, item 8, I'd like to call up our Parks and Rec Director, Ms. Erica Smith, to discuss our contractor agreement.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I'm back to present a couple of items put forth by the Radcliffe Committee. over at Radcliffe, the cardio room conversion, and the completion of the art room with a contingency for a total of $31,830.
Thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to make a motion to approve all phases ceiling and carpentry of Garden City, Michigan as contractor to complete cardio room conversion and completion of art room as identified in attached quotes in the amount of $28,830 with an additional $3,000 approved as contingency for funds for the projects.
Support. Or from Mayor Pro Tem Dold. Discussion from table.
Mayor,
Councilmember Karafotis.
just like to make sure everybody realizes this is grant money that we're spending.
Right, thank you. Further comments from table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 9 is the contractor agreement for the Radcliffe Gym renovations.
I can handle this, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Mr.
This is just another as a result of the Radcliffe Committee continuing to complete the gym within the Radcliffe Center to paint the ceiling and the walls and to just bring it up to consistent with, since we've removed the stage, make the whole gym look complete and have the appropriate appearance that we would want from our local gym.
Thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember King.
I move to approve all phases ceiling and carpentry of Garden City, Michigan as contractor to complete attached renovation projects on Radcliffe Gym ceilings, walls, in amount of $36,000 with an additional $10,000 approved as contingency for completion of the projects.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Karafotis. Discussion from table. From the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item 12, we have no other business. Item 13, public comment for non-agenda items only. You'll have 3 minutes. It's not time to go back and forth. Did anyone turn in a paper? Mr. Smith? Okay. Yep. You can give the paper to Mr. Smith. You can turn it in after.
Okay. My name is Doug Stewart, representing Garden City House of Dank, or HOD, the dispensary that was opened up off Ford Road that City Council approved with the zoning board. We're requesting that we're able to open up on Sunday, and that's what we want to put to the board for a vote on a possible, put it on the agenda for a Sunday. Right now, the ordinance states that we cannot be open on Sunday. Unfortunately, with the surrounding communities that are open on Sunday, it definitely hinders the competition for the facility. They've been open for a month, and as I'm sure the mayor and city council knows, we haven't had any issues. We passed all our inspections with the city and with the state. We just had another inspection today by CRA, which we passed with flying colors. They've been fully operated under a medical and now the adult use, which was voted in and approved. And again, there is no issues or no hiccups or anything. Everything has been very smooth, and there's been no issues. So that we're requesting that the city council put it on agenda to take a vote for us allowed to have operating hours during non-Sunday for businesses. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe this goes, and I'd have to check with Mr. Smith or Mr. Miller. Doesn't that go before the Planning Commission first?
We'd have to look to see if that is part, I believe most of it is under just the general regulations. Maybe Community Development Director Miller could confirm, but I believe most of the rules and regulations regarding the recreational marijuana were moved out of planning and zoning and into a general ordinance.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. Craig Aronoff on behalf of House of Dank as well. I'm their general regulatory and licensing counsel. I've been before you a number of times. It's good to see you again. And great presentation. 40 years at the library is amazing. I was thinking I was just finishing 8th grade. A lot of lifetime ago. So as Doug has indicated, you know, the store's been open a month. They've been doing great. The grow and process are in place. We're starting to feel the competition. The customers are asking about Sundays and the loyalty points and trying to build that customer, you know, base here in Garden City, and going against the competing stores. Losing that day is 50 days. If they're not open every weekend, we'll call it 50 days a year that they're losing by not being open on a Sunday. It's nearly 2 months of operating time, so it affects their employees, it affects the whole operation, and it's really an outlier. It's, I think, one of the only cities that doesn't allow for operations on a Sunday. And so we'd really request that if you have it and want to bring it up, we'd be happy to answer any other questions and come in under a real agenda item, and if we could do it through council or if we can have it recommended back to planning, whatever we can do to please allow for that, and we appreciate the dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll call up Miss Kimberly Rokita, I believe.
Thanks for hearing me today and being here today. I'm a new resident, fairly new to the city of Garden City, and I live at the corner of Leona and Moeller. I woke up this morning to equipment out there digging out my front yard, and the only notification that I received was a doorknob hanger 3 days ago, giving information about a sidewalk gap program. So they've dug up the yard, they've framed it, it's crooked, so please don't pour the concrete yet. That framing needs to be straight. I've got pictures of it that I can show you. And I was told by contractors that they're only putting in one drain pipe. So you're gonna have water that's pooling in the middle of one section of my yard. And then further down towards Cherry Hill, there are 3 support, whatever they're called, I'm not sure, but I believe they support the telephone pole to keep it in place. And if you're lining up the sidewalks from the sidewalk that is existing on the house that's in back of me, you're gonna be an inch away from those stabilization, whatever they're called. I just think that the lack of communication to the residents needs to be addressed, because a doorknob hanger 3 days before you're breaking up the ground in my front yard and basically taking more than half of my front yard for the sidewalk, and now this easement, and they're doing nothing with the drain pipes at that corner. And that's a problem. It's always been a problem. And that's my concern. I'm not really happy. I'm happy about the sidewalks, but not happy about the lack of communication to the resident, what was going to be going on, except 3 days before I get a doorknob hanger. No nice letter from the city, nothing. And my question to you is, are those ditches, the drain pipes, is there something going to be done? Or are you just going to put one drain pipe at that corner? That's not sufficient, because if you go around the entire property on that corner from where mine begins to the corner of Moeller and Leona, all the way down to the end of my garage there's at least 5 to 8 that would be needed. And then the culverts, and then the damage to the existing driveway that's there, which is blacktop from, 1957? So there's big chunks looking like big rocks that are broken away from it now, from that framing. So whose responsibility is that to repair? The tree roots have got to be taken care of before the concrete is laid, because what's going to happen 3 to 5 years down the road is that sidewalk's going to lift up, and then that's on me, and that's not right. So the tree roots are there. The tree is already compromised because it's ill. Now the tree roots have been dug up and chomped away from one end to the other from the road. So when that tree gives way, it's coming toward my home, if and when it gives way. Or what's to be done about that? And then the
15
pooling of the
seconds.
water is my concern. Those stabilization posts and the sidewalk, if we want a walkable community, that's not very pleasant to walk by. It's an inch away from the edge of the sidewalk at that portion of the property.
Okay.
So
That's 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you. We will have somebody from either our engineering, DPW, somebody will get in touch with you. I apologize for the lack of communication. I'm not sure what happened with that. Usually, we do a lot better at that, so we'll look into that. But your other concerns and questions, somebody will get with you. I have your information.
do you have any idea of when that concrete is to be poured? Because the framing is crooked. I can show you pictures. It is crooked.
Offhand, I do not. I will say that if it's not done right, the contractor will be responsible to fix it. So we'll get somebody out there, I would imagine, tomorrow.
I'll be out there as well tomorrow because I don't want the concrete poured until it's corrected.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. William Byrd.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, today is my birthday. I talked to Brian before he went on vacation, and Brian and Mark has a copy of the letter that I gave him. Mark is going through the pictures right now. In regards to yard waste and garbage pickup, back in April, it got caught up, but now it's back to being delayed again. I'm not sure what's going on, so I'm assuming you guys would take care of it. As Mark's going through the pictures, in regards to the property on Crowder, I heard it's now up for sale. I'm going to keep an eye on it, along with Brian, to figure out what's going on. I've been noticing a vehicle there that I don't think belongs there. And if I'm wrong, I will apologize to you folks right here and now. There usually should be a construction vehicle of some sort, a real estate vehicle with a, whatever it is on the vehicle. I have not seen it. Mr. Gibbs, the package you received, you already had become city manager when you received it. The license plate number at 31032 Beechwood. I have it down on a piece of paper. The tabs on it has expired in 2016, and nobody has not been living at that address for 4 years. The mail people have picked up the mail that has been in the mailbox for 3 months. I drove by today. Mail is back in there. How long it's been in there, I have no clue. I'll contact the mail to have them come back and pick up the mail. The only good news I have for you folks, I did drive by the Crowder address, and the first time in 8 years, both garbage cans have been emptied. So hopefully that will alleviate the mice, the rats, the possums, and the other animals that have come into my backyard that my nephew owns. Since you looked at the pictures, Mayor, have you have any questions in regards to what's back there that has grown onto my my nephew's property?
I don't have any questions. We'll look at it, and I'll discuss it with the clerk and city manager.
All right. That's my main copy. Judge Hammer has an extra set of pictures if you want to go to him and look at the pictures from August of last year, going back to the year 2017.
That's time.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.
Anyone else? Mr. Jones.
I'm sure it's going to be mentioned by members of the council and their things, but don't forget that a week from tonight is Autos for Autism from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Garden City Middle School.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public? And no more comments? Mr. Gibbons.
Nothing much, Mayor, other than I just wanted to congratulate Mr. Warhane for 40 years. You know, having been attending council meetings for quite a long time, you know, he's always not just been a member of the library board, but been an involved member of the community. Been here at our meetings, I recall numerous times, and becoming city manager, I was a little worried about it because he was always catching any grammatical or any type of mistakes inside of the work, and I thought it was great, though. He always was so gracious about letting us know, hey, this was a little off or that. So, you know, his attention to detail and his contributions to the community have been fantastic. So I really have enjoyed, you know, talking with him and dealing with him over the years. So congratulations, well deserved, and I'm glad we could do that tonight.
Thank you. Mr. Smith.
Nothing this evening.
Mayor Pro Tem Dole.
I have nothing, sir.
Councilmember Hughes.
Nothing for me tonight.
Councilmember Witt.
I guess I'll break the streak. Just a congratulations for the graduates of Cambridge, as well as an early congratulations for the students from Berger, whose graduation I believe is tomorrow. So just a congratulations to them, and that's it for me.
Thank you. Councilmember King.
I just have an announcement from Dance Express. I'll just read it so I don't forget anything. Garden City Parks and Rec would like to invite you to their Dance Express recital held this Wednesday and Thursday at Garden City High School. Tickets are $8 and showtime is 7 o'clock. Almost 300 students participate in this program and offer 47 classes. This year's theme is Dancing Through the 2000s. And this might be a little bit biased opinion, but my daughters have participated in the Dance Express for multiple years. It is really a nice event that the city puts on, and typically it does fill up. There's sometimes standing only, so it's definitely a good event. Check it out.
That's it. Thank you. Councilmember Dole.
Just a couple quick things. I was asked to remind everybody about Music in the Park. That's on June 19th from 4 to 9. The bands begin at 6:30. They do have food and vendors there. I also got some information from SIMCOG about water affordability. There's some information on the back of the card if anyone needs help paying their water bill. If you don't get a card, there is a website too. It's MIOnewater.org, and that's one spelled out, so MIONE water.org. So there's a few of them that I have up here if anyone's interested in taking them after the meeting. And I was absent from last week's meeting, so I'm not sure if anyone spoke about the Rosie the Riveter.
No.
We have a Rosie the Riveter garden over next to, between the Oddfellows Hall and our Straight Farmhouse Garden City Museum on Merriman Road. They first christened it, I guess, last year, and they had another ceremony this year where they inducted another 5 Rosies into it, 4 of them living, who graced us with their presence. And one, unfortunately, deceased now. A lot of these Rosies are, they're in their 80s up to 100. And interestingly enough, of the 4 that were there, the youngest one was 99 years old. So they did a wonderful job. It was fascinating to hear these women's stories. They helped pull us through some tough times a long time ago. They stepped up and did what they had to do. And the only other thing I really have to say is, actually nothing. I'm not going to say that, so that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Karafotis.
The only thing I wanted to say was maybe a follow-up with our city manager, with Mr. Werhane. I just thought maybe we should all let him know that that plaque he received would look really good hanging on a new library at Radcliffe. So, that's all I'm going to say. Other than that, that's all.
Okay, thank you. The only things I'll just reiterate, the Autos for Autism, next Monday. It's an awesome event. I think last year they had 300-400 cars. It's a great event for a great group of individuals. And if you get a chance, there are some really nice cars. And we won't lobby for cars. And again, congratulations to Mr. Werhane. Well deserved. At this time, I will take a motion for going into closed session.
Mayor.
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to make a motion to move into closed session at 7:44 PM to consider material exempt from discussion or disclosure by state or federal statute pursuant to MCL 15.268H to receive a written legal opinion regarding a Freedom of Information Act request denial appeal.
Support.
Support from Councilmember King. Mr. Smith, if you'd take roll call, please.
Councilmember Witt?
Aye.
Councilmember King?
Aye.
Councilmember Karafotis?
Aye.
Councilmember Dold?
Aye.
Councilmember Hughes?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dold?
Aye.
Mayor Jacobs?
Aye. Okay. At this time, we will be going to closed session. All right, I will take a motion to go back into session.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to make a motion to return to open session at 8:11 PM.
Support from Councilmember Karafotis. Mr. Smith, if you take roll call.
Councilmember Witt?
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Councilmember Hughes?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dole?
Aye.
Mayor Jacobs?
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Okay, I will accept a motion for what we discussed in closed session.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I'd like to make a motion to issue a written notice upholding the disclosure denial based upon findings of fact provided in written legal opinion by city attorney.
Support.
Support from Mayor Pro Tem Dole. Discussion from the table. I doubt we just discussed it. Mr. Smith, if you take roll call.
Councilmember Witt?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Dole?
Aye.
Councilmember Karafotis? Councilmember Dole? Councilmember King?
Aye.
Councilmember Hughes?
Aye.
Mayor Jacobs?
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Okay, no further business before this council. This meeting is adjourned.